Hey, what's up, you guys? This is WD3, and this is your Hill Report Daily Marketing Tips. Well, uh, we are at Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Shout out to all those who are still enthusiastic, those who are still following their plan that they made Monday. As we always say, stick to your plan. Um, I don't think Tuesday is time for adjustments. We just got our plan enacted over the weekend. We tried step one Monday. Um, it's good to make adjustments, but let's hold off on Tuesday. Let's see what Tuesday does. Um, Also, shout out to all those who are in the Hill Report. Uh, you guys are very important to the community. Uh, you guys are great for sticking your neck out there, trusting the community to support you. You guys started these great businesses, and the community will support you. Uh, and we here at the Hill Report do support you also. So thank you to you guys. Also, the readers of the Hill Report, uh, if you don't get it on your front porch, check it out on this page. You can see the digital copy of it. Um, Along with our great businesses, and you can hopefully enjoy the stories in it. You learn something or it starts a conversation. Well, what I want to talk to you guys about today on this great Tuesday, on this nice spring. I mean, the weather doesn't get any more perfect than this. This is great. Tuesday. I want to talk to you guys about stay on God's path for you. Yes, stay on God's path for you. You know, um, there's so many clues in our text, in our ancient text, and a lot of people write great books. There's so many clues that can help you connect to your purpose, your passion, um, your plan, the things that God has for you, the things that highlight your strengths, and it increases or decreases your weaknesses. Um, it utilizes the talents and abilities that you have in order to be a light to the world. One of the best things that you can do is connect to God's path for you. That's going to be the path where the doors open up. That's going to be the path where things start happening to you on a miraculous level. That's going to be where some call it luck, some call it fortune, some call it, you know, things go right for you. Well, that's what happens when you're on God's path for you. It says uh, in the Psalms, blessed is a man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. In it does he meditate day and night. Right? He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth its fruit in due season. Anything he does shall prosper. Right? He shall not be moved. But when you get off the path, it says, but the wicked are not so. They are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the sinners shall not stand in the judgment, nor the wicked in the congregation. But the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the sinner shall perish. So he's telling you right there in Psalms chapter 1, the way to go, the way to not be moved. You know how rooted a tree is that's planted by a river where the roots can get water? Not just the water from the rain, but the roots are being watered by flowing water. Do you know the type of fruit that you can bring forth if you operate on God's path for you? Do you know how unmovable you are on God's path for you? It also talks about in the scriptures where in the book of John, where it talks about um, how Christ didn't come to condemn the world. He came to uh, save the world. But he goes on to say that those who are unbelievers are condemned already. So you got to believe, right? Faith is the substance of things not seen and the confidence in things that are hoped for. You got to have faith. You got to believe. Faith without works is dead. You got to put forth action. Anything is he puts his hand to do shall prosper. You got to put your hands to the plow. You got to actually go after it. You got to make it happen. If you take a step towards me, I'll take a step towards you. You got to actually walk that path that God has for you. Stay on the path that God has for you. That is your sweet spot. That is the place where you belong. That is where you're supposed to be. Of course, it's the devil's job to kill, steal, and destroy. So don't get discouraged just because the devil is doing his job. He's supposed to give you that resistance, he's supposed to give you that friction. But when you lift weights, you're not lifting 0 pound dumbbells, you're lifting something with some resistance. That's how your muscles get strong. Stay on God's path for you. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Don't let anyone become a stumbling block in your way. And definitely don't become a stumbling block in your own way by your lust, by your desires, by wanting things that are out of your reach right now. Don't want things that belong to someone else. That's called covetousness. Don't force people to do things that you wouldn't do yourself. That's called a hypocrite. You want to plant down firm roots. You want to you want to bring people along who are solid, who are loyal, who have the same mission in their particular area that you have. That's called sowing your seeds on good ground. That's called can two walk together lest they agree. You know, there's so many good concepts that can be found if you look for them. There's so many good people that would help you along your way if you opened yourself up to them. But first, before you can build a good team, you have to be loyal. You have to display loyalty. You have to let others know that you believe in them and you're willing to help them develop as long as they're willing to help you develop also. We're learning together. We are all learning together. You know, there's a politician out there who says, make America great again. And some people hate that just because of who's saying it. But regardless of who's saying that, I think that loving your neighbor is a positive thing. Um, Being there and showing charity is a positive thing. If that makes a great nation and helping your family and helping your friends, helping your neighbors, that is a good thing. We're not gonna you guys know that I'm about God. I'm about people. I'm about businesses. So I don't get caught up in the politics, but I do want the best for each and every one of you. And I think that the best thing that you can do in order to enhance your life, to sustain your growth, to build your team, is to stay on the path that God has for you. This is WD3, and this is your Hill Report Daily Marketing Tips. Let's go get some sales.